Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to a Dwarf Fortress 2014 live stream. If you're watching on YouTube, things are going to be a little bit chaotic at the start here. There'll probably be a few subscriber pop-ups as we get things set up in here. We've just generated a new world, standard size, standard, excuse me, oh my god, I'm going to die. Army of Becknor, thank you for subscribing. Standard time of 250 years, hello Infernal. And subscribers will get to be dwarves in the world. For some reason, people want that because they're going to get murderized and, you know, de-armed. Narcotic! Actually, that's kind of a fun way to spell that. I'm going to go ahead and prepare to email myself the name of the dwarfs very shortly. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'm going to email myself the current list of subscribers. And I'll use that for the initial people. But if you subscribe in the next few minutes, I'll regenerate the list and use that as the seed for any migrants that come in. Oh. Just got back from the gym, just scarfed down a lunch super duper fast. So I'm probably going to be hacking and coughing here for the first few minutes, which is always, you know, that's the sort of quality service I like to provide to my viewers. I want something that's completely disgusting and unwatchable. Start playing. And there's always people that ask me, hey, do you ever consider playing adventure mode? Yeah, I consider it. But I don't like it as much. I really like the fortress mode the most. And when I do want to play a sort of a roguelike type of thing, I'll usually play something like Dungeon Crawl instead. Hey, Shadrinar, thank you for subscribing, and Conquer87 as well. So we're going to go ahead and start a new fortress. So, oh, I'm using a new font pack this time. I'm using, or new tile pack, I suppose I could say. Oh, that's right. That's how I usually do it. I usually do a desktop capture so you guys can see the other windows. Well, I'm missing them. DJ Flippy and Dandil, which sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings, don't you think? Anyway, the graphic pack I'm going to use this time is Space Fox, which I recently saw someone else use on Reddit, and it looked great. Ned Lowles, thank you for subscribing. Let me make a quick adjustment here to how I'm capturing this, actually. I'm going to turn off the game capture, and I'm going to add a monitor capture. Hello, Lost Visage, or Visage. Not window capture, monitor capture. Like that. And then I want to use a subregion. Select it. Like so. It's a precision job, so I gotta stick out my tongue. It's just like playing, like Mario Brothers or something on the Nintendo way back when. You gotta make a hard jump. Or you're making turns in a racing game. Same thing. Boop. I got a little bit of the border. Oh, it includes that. Oh, that's the problem. Who am I missing? Ashgar and Wit. Let me tweak that a little bit more. Didn't realize it was including things quite the way I thought it was including things. Go away, Windows 8. No one wants to see you on the stream. Boop. There, that looks mostly better. Do that. And then send that to the back. There we go. So now, when I do something like bring up this, there we go, now we can see it. So yeah, Space Fox is what I'm using. I've left everything else on default other than turning off the aquifers and turning off the sound. It's going to be a brand new start on the new 2014 expansion that we tested out once, but it was kind of glitchy and early and didn't have any of the extra tools. Now we've got some DF hack and stuff like that, plus a lot of bug fixes and things. DF hack is mostly there for extra bug fixes, and when we get a big fortress, I'm going to use it to manage the labors, but I'm going to start with Dwarf Fortress, or Dwarf Therapist to do that. So I'm going to find a desired location. We are going to go with a 3x3 area, slightly smaller than the standard 4x4, but it'll run a little bit faster, and it'll actually be more interesting, I think, to just encourage even more verticality than before. What do we think? High savagery? I'm not going to specify evil or not. We're going to see how it is. In fact, I'll probably want like medium. I don't want to be like in an undead area. That was the other thing that screwed us in DF 2014. We embarked like right next to a necromancer's tower, and that was bad. So yeah, we want fluxstone. We don't want aquifer, but they should all be turned off anyway. I want lots of metals, and I would like some soil to get started. It's a lot faster. Mace Dervergy, thank you for subscribing. We're going to do a search here. Hopefully we'll find something that meets our criteria. Oh, a little bit has been found already. Oh, also on the second island over here, we got like Dwarven Australia. Bee-fly blue. Oh my god. That is going to be a bit of an issue for the next couple minutes here. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, there's a... Oh no, that's my cursor. There is a spot over here, potentially. It's kind of funny. The like font breaks halfway through here. I notice sometimes in like the world setup, the fonts are a bit... Or the tiles that you use are a bit inconsistent at times, but that's all right. Okay. So let us browse the results over here. So we got a few actually interesting options. What is down here? Oh, I missed someone. Derava. Thank you for subscribing. Sorry, it took me a second here. A little bit dull. There's only the one biome over here. And it's really close to our dwarven civilization. So maybe we'll go a little further away. What if we went somewhere like here? Oh, it'd be cold up here. Be frosty. We could do it at like the intersection of these all these rivers or brooks or stuff too, which can sometimes be interesting. Cold temperature can make it harder to get liquid water until we dig down deep enough, and the world will probably start off covered in snow. We do get 2 biomes though, which is fun. We get a decent amount of trees in the southern part here, and we just barely touch another biome. I suppose we could even go up here. That might not be too bad. A couple of biomes gives you a little bit more variety of stone and stuff too. Where else do we got? So that's a decent spot. Is it near anything else? I can't usually read the map too much, so like figuring out what I'm close to or not close to is usually a problem. It's flat though. I like more mountainous terrain. The problem is there might not be. This is very mountainous. And what, near elves? Dwarves, elves, humans. It's pure mountain terrain. We embarked right here, we'd actually get 3 biomes, which I quite like. So what do we have? No trees, lots of trees, and lots of trees. So mostly we have no trees, but on top left and bottom right corner, we'd have a couple of trees. Clay, very deep soil, lots of metals, flux stones, untamed wilds. This feels properly dwarfy. Still on the main continent. I think I like this spot. Our civilization is the glorious boot. That's pretty good. I like that. Lots of elevation. Lots of crazy, crazy cliffs. Warm weather. I think I like this spot. I think we are going to embark right here. Boom. Yes, embark. I'm going to start with one of the pre-made configurations for convenience. Steel Fox 101, thanks for subscribing. This is the sort of setup I'm very usually in favor of doing. I like starting with someone with Hunter. No Kia meat available, that's okay. We'll probably add some more seeds in here. So, yeah, miners, growers, and things like that. A pretty good setup, so we're going to name them in just a second. Start with a steel anvil. Couldn't we just start with an iron anvil? Let me remove that and add in anvil. Let's spell it correctly. Yeah, an iron anvil is quite a bit cheaper and just as good, so we're going to do that. Sorry if you guys can hear a whole bunch of like banging and hammering going on. There's some renovation going like 2 floors above me, but apparently it reverberates all the way down the house. Usually I like to bring a few extra seeds, so we'll bring some rock nuts and dimple cups. Basically, we'll bring seeds for everything our empire allows us to bring. We're starting with 1 copper crossbow, a couple of quivers, and some bolts, which is good. We can start off with our hunting. 2 picks, which is fine, and a willow training axe. And apparently you can cut down trees with a training axe, which is weird. I'm actually going to put in a second one, so we can chop things a little bit faster. Maybe a 3rd pick. I really like to do a lot of bulk mining early on. Uber charged Christmas tree. Thank you for subscribing. And James Racer. I don't know. Maybe just some extra booze now. I'm just checking the chat. No anvil run, please. No, I don't think we're gonna do that. Demi-viral, thank you for subscribing as well. A little bit more booze. Give it some variety. Oh, right, there was no Kia meat, so we want to bring some more meat types. Tech Norris. Sounds like Chuck Norris. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, wombats. Wombat meat. And maybe just keep getting some variety in here. Barn owl meat. Capybara. Toad meat. No. Elk bird meat. There we go. Oh, it's very expensive. Ooh, never mind. We want cheap stuff. Yak sweetbreads. Sweetbreads are what? Like pancreas, right? There we go. Full of vitamins. Bring a bunch of wombat meat. And then our start should be relatively easy. Cave wheat spawn, pigtail spawn, which is good. We start with a cloth industry right away. We're starting off with 3 dogs, 1 male, 2 female, 3 cats, which might be a little excessive, honestly. They might breed a little bit fast. Oh, it's fine. What could possibly go wrong? Tons and tons of cats all over the place. We'll have a cat explosion. I think we're going to embark like this. Oh, I got to name the dwarves. Boo, 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 boo. Customize. So let me bring up my list on the other side, which sent me the subscriber list. Again, if you've just subscribed, I'll get you added in relatively soon, too. Open you here. Do. Don't just open in the viewer. Open it actually. Apparently Google has decided to just crap out on me completely. Amazing. There we go. Insert a column. Set this one to be equal to a random number. Like so. Grab that. Grab that. Paste, and then we sort by that column, and that's how you randomize a spreadsheet. Data sort by column C. All right, so we're gonna customize nickname. Actually, I could probably do this in Dwarf Therapist. 7 red returns is probably too long. Nope, good enough. Okay. We're gonna have nickname. Oh, I can't paste. That's the real reason I should do it in the other one. We big dog. So startup always takes a little bit of extra time, but we're basically there. Super ride 5. We're gonna have Nev 09. We're gonna have customize name. Z Hick 666. Oh man, and the next one is going to be so incredible. It should have actually been a miner. We're going to have a mechanic and a carver be this. Customize nickname Notch. Apparently, I didn't realize this. This is the Twitch username. Apparently Notch subscribes. I know Notch has hosted my stream several times during Let Him Dare, which always feels amazing. General Garand. All right. There is our group. Who's going to be our hunter? Z-Hick is our hunter, so hopefully Z-Hick does not get obliterated by some random giant badger or something like that. Embark. Yes, no? Ah, there we go. Howlaxe? Is that the name of our fortress? Is Howlaxe really? Amazing. All right, so it always takes a little bit to load the fortress, especially on 2014. It takes a little bit longer because it actually simulates more time. God, this, oh. Oh, we're playing some E-rock versions of pop songs earlier, including that one. Okay, here we go. I really like the way that the Space Fox tile set looks. I think it's beautiful. It's lovely. We're embarking right on the side of a hill. Do we have water? We do. We have some little ponds over here, which is great. I might leave the multi-tile on for now. It does look interesting. It's kind of cool to be able to see multiple levels at once. So this just goes up and up and up and has an insane cliff and more trees. Oh, this is going to be a great embark. I like it. Are these cactus? Cacti? No, it's arrow bamboo. Interesting. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to load up Dwarf Therapist and be able to see all our people. And we are going to use that to manage our dwarves at first. Auto labor 0. I'm going to make sure that's disabled. Okay, good. And we'll get started. We're going to chop down a few trees. Say a couple. These are huge trees now, so it takes a lot longer to cut them down, and you get a lot of wood out of each one. I'm also going to set a few berry picking jobs. Yeah, it's funny. There's like this big open area. You can tell where the biomes are, right? Oh, we do have a little brook. Nice. Right? Yes, brook? Brook. Good, because we can walk through there without worrying about getting murderized by water. But yeah, you can tell. Oh, there you go. See, a tree just got felled, and it's like a crazy amount of wood. So yeah, you can clearly tell the border over here. So I'm tempted to just dig in right over here and do an entrance that goes in this way. What do we have here? Vein wall. What the hell? Vein wall? What's vein wall? I don't know. Yeah, the trees are evil. Everyone knows trees are evil. I mean, if the elves love them, there must be something wrong with them. And yeah, there's a lot of room here. I like it. I think what we'll do is make a nice sort of glorious entrance to our base. Sort of like this. Which is relatively, it's centered horizontally, which is nice. And for vertical centering, feels like the vertical center of our map is right around here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down a couple levels and just sort of like mark, like that's roughly the middle of the map. Actually, did I? Yeah, something like that. So as a safety thing, I'm going to go in this way, then set up stairs over here that drop down to about there. And then I'm going to build my like primary sort of base roughly centered over this thing. So let me go ahead and build like the first level right away by doing something like right. Do mining. Go down a couple levels like that. Oh, actually, we'll do... Oh, right, it's not going to be the same size. Hold on. Let me rethink this. So if this is the middle, if we move up by 1, and who's that? Who dat? Rebo Senlar, thank you for subscribing. And then we move down by 1, and like this, and like this. We're going to try to get something that's relatively centered. We could actually make round areas for a change, or something like a little bit more interesting-ish. I don't suppose there's any macros loaded in for roundness. No. Does DF Hack have a thing for round? DF Hack circles? Just out of convenience? I think they might. Dig circle, there we go. So dig circle, build, and then type in a radius. Well, let's consider something like that. So we've got the dig tool set up. We'll bring up, that's not it. If we do dig circle with, so hollow, which is the default apparently, of a radius of, say, 8, what would that look like? Oh, wow. What? How's that a radius of 8? And apparently we do want filled. And potentially odd numbers. It's like, that's not a radius, that's a diameter, clearly. Oh, one place in the docs says radius and another place in the docs says diameter. Amazing. Well, it's got some possibilities. Move one over like that, and do one that's like a 5. And use those as the, oh, right. And use those as the stairwells? Could look really nice. It's extra work. Oh, and then we got to do all the diagonals-ish. What do people in chat think? Where's my actual window so I can see? Engamoth, thank you for subscribing. Someone's saying not symmetrical. It is symmetrical. I'm not buying it. Because we can have little doorways and stuff. Round shapes are elvish. You know, Nightbeer has a good point there. Round shapes are kind of elvish. Empty, empty, empty. This is actually going to be slightly bigger than most of my floor designs. I mean, we can use round for like fancy bedrooms or something like that. We could use slightly more interesting kind of corners than we usually do. And once smooth, that will make like nice sort of diagonally roundy kind of shapes in the corners. I think I might use this as the base of my fortress. Maybe record a macro. Ah, crap. Effed it up. Try that again. Record. Dig that. Dig that. Dig that. Dig that. Just Control R to start recording a macro. And then what you do is you do all the commands. I'm just following my layout here, so I know kind of sort of where I'm supposed to go. Like that. Actually, I'm not even sure that these cross areas are something that we're going to necessarily want. And then I'm going to switch to the up-down stair tool. Do something like this. What did I miss? Soggy Deaf Guy. Thank you for subscribing. That's kind of a weird and disturbing name. I don't know what's going on there, but, you know, whatever. So go down to level and then finish recording. And then we'll save it as level 4x4. And we don't actually even need to save it. And then Control P to replay it. Bam. Like that. I'll actually de-designate this second level. We'll just build 2 levels to start off with. And that should give us lots of space to work with at the start. And you're digging there. Okay, I think we can resume and let things go. Let me go into the Dwarf Therapist. And wait. Got military and a social tab. What's Labor's Compact? Does it like take some stuff out? Oh, it gets rid of animal care. I guess it takes out some things that maybe don't matter so much. I'm going to assign another miner. Well, I think Notch should be the extra miner, don't you think? I think so. We'll push that out. There we go, because I do have 3 picks, so we can afford to run that. And we do have, for wood cutting, we do have another axe. So perhaps Nev, our carpenter, you can also be a woodcutter. Although the wood cutting happened pretty fast. So now that the For the next migration wave, if anyone is a late subscriber, don't worry about it. The next migration wave, I'll send another copy of the Twitch subscriber list to myself, and I will, so any sort of late subscribers, you can still be in there. Hey, it's raining! Cool. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. Our digging is happening pretty quick, which is great. Oh, I can do the thing I like to do early on, which is dismantle the wagon. What's going on here? Oh, I put on caps lock accidentally. I'm like, why is nothing working? Did I already do that? There we go. Remove this. It's kind of weird that it wasn't highlighting the wagon until I slated it for removal. Oh, we struck lignite! Oh, that's fantastic! Oh, that's really good. So lignite, unless I'm wrong, and I'm never wrong, is something you can basically burn as coal. Well, we're going to see where these veins go. And how much lignite we have, like, sort of throughout. But that's really good, because that can get our metal industry going super effectively very, very early on. That's really good. Quillanite. I don't know what all the rocks are. I don't have all the ores memorized, but lignite is really fantastic. Yeah, it's coal. 1 lignite equals 5 cokes. That's great. ZooFest is celebrating our lignite discovery by subscribing. Thank you very much. Welcome to the party. If you get picked as a dwarf, I'll try really hard not to get you horribly murdered. I'll only get you slightly murdered. We can set up some new hotkeys. Maybe F2, zoom to there. Oh, and actually I can drop this down, sort of the gate area this way, and reset the F1 hotkey to that. There we go. Get around the fortress a little bit easier, a little bit faster. Is this more lignite over here? Yeah. Wonder if we'll have it on the other levels, because I would want to sort of dig out all the lignite veins, which will sort of mess up our general look over here. But if there's more everywhere else, I could use the quick little prospect tool in DF Hack to get a quick count of how many minerals we've got everywhere, because then it can help you make artistic design decisions. You will have to sacrifice your arms to Quill to be a dwarf. That's right, Red. You keep telling me what the name is supposed to be, and I always forget. Red Recall or whatever. Sindom, thank you very much for subscribing. Always appreciate the support for these streams. I like to stream for several hours, and it's nice to have that kind of encouragement. All right, let's put a little farm outside, just a little surface farm. I think we do have a farmer. Are you not a farmer, General Garand? You look like a farmer. You got a pickaxe in your hand. Cyril Tish, thank you for subscribing. Probably butchering your name. Farming. Yep. Oh, Super Ride is actually our farmer. Okay, so we do have one. There we go. And there's nice rain available there. We have no seeds available for this location. But bloop bloop. Jelly Raptor and Lilio, thank you for subscribing. Let's pick a few more plants off the bushes. And presumably we have some people doing some plant harvesting. Plant gathering. No, we don't. I'm going to go ahead and enable it on everyone except for like a miner, just to make sure that we never stop all mining for plant gathering. But usually when I want plant gathering, I really do want like everyone to just run out there, grab a bunch of plants super fast, because it's usually like a starvation situation or something like that. What? Oh my god, there's lignite here! Holy crap! Talking about Coal Mountain. Yeah, we'll just dig out the lignite from the front or whatever. There's more there. Oh, we got tons of it. Oh, this is going to be wonderful, assuming we can get some stuff that we can smelt. I don't think kaolinite is something smeltable. What? Oh. Kaolinite is clay. Right? I think that's what's going on there. Bum, 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 bum. Why do I have that song in my head? God, it's catchy. We can probably tell people to chop down a few more trees as well. I mean, we're not elves. God. I do like the new multi-dimensional trees. They're very cool. They look great. Wow, and then we cut them all down. Oh, here's something we didn't check. We got a giant grasshopper. And a dead giant snail. A giant grasshopper is great. Do we actually have hunting turned on? Yes, we do. So Zahik, assuming he is not doing, assuming she is not doing anything else, she will go and do some hunting, which is good. Although, that reminds me, we should probably set up our first butcher shop, which I do like to set up outside. Well, ish. Could set up a proper one with a vent right from the start, which is probably not a terrible idea. You know what we're going to do? We're going to use the vein dig command. Dragon Trapper. Oh, that's a name. V dig. Or is it dig V? Dig V. Okay, there's only that much. Veins are such a pain in the ass to work. That's the first reason I ever started using DF Hack, is digging out these veins, because it's so tedious to like keep designating little squares. It's just like, listen, I just want to tell the dwarves to automatically dig out the vein and sort of do the smart thing. So it'll dig out the front there, which is fine. And then we can put a little area here. And then a vent to the outside. Oh, this is all very awkward. Hang on. If this is more kaolinite, can we farm on that? Can you farm on clay, or is it just soil? And speaking of soil, what do we got? Sandstone walls. It's not quite the same. Slate. Because we do have a lot of soil, don't we? Maybe we just have clay mostly. We have jade right in the walls over here. That's interesting. Oh, I should probably set up a garbage dump pile over here. There we are. Now remember, chat, they weren't just regular badgers. They were specifically giant badgers that caused us the problem last time. We did embark on high wilderness. Oh, there's some fighting. Hunter is hunting. There's a wolverine! Hunting wolverine! That is ballsy. Don't you know those things regenerate? Oh, a grasshopper is dead. Okay, so things are being killed. Yeah, we need a butcher's workshop over here. Yeah, use a little bit of wood for it. It'll go a lot faster if you do that. And we do have the hunter is also the butcher, so he should be able to set that up. Assuming you can stop hunting for a sec. Oh, you can see the combat going on over here. Look at that. There's Zix. The Wolverine is overcome by terror. Oh. Using all our copper bolts. Chipping the bone. Many nerves have been severed and tendon has been torn. Yeah, okay. So that Wolverine is about to not make any more sequels. Okay, the hunter's canceled hunt. No more ammunition. It's probably grabbing more ammunition. And then... tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually disable the hunting job for a little while. And I'm also going to make sure that... oh, architecture is already set on for someone. That's convenient. But I'm going to turn it on for everyone. Architecture is one of those jobs, like every now and again you get a building that needs architecture to be completed. And it doesn't actually matter who does it. I'm also going to set up a trade depot right away before I like forget later on. And yeah, we'll make it out of some wood too. Wood's a lot lighter early on. We may as well use it. We got all these trees. It's not doing anything useful. It's not like they're filtering the oxygen or anything. Nothing important like that. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a little bit smaller here. Boop. That way I don't have to cover quite as much of the UI. There we are. Dwarves are scaring a Wolverine? Yeah. Control V is the dig vein hotkey, thank you very much. That's the other thing. Technically, the hotkeys are something that has to be set up manually, but the starter pack sets a lot of them up for you. But I don't know what they are. Dragonster. Be careful. There is a dragon hunter around here. So yeah, there should be plenty of lignite to get started. So we're going to keep trying to do that. I don't know what our hunter guy is doing. Who is that? Zix? No job. You have a job. Oh, the butcher shop is in place. Oh, good. Butcher dead animals. Repeat? No owner signed. I don't have... that was weird. Yeah, why can't you butcher the dead creature? Like, you went and killed things. And apparently you can't do anything with them. Maybe... who did I miss? Just cause something. Just cause I said so. Thank you for subscribing. Is it forbidden or something? Well, no. The copper bolts were. And what I can do is get any that might be kicking around. We'll redesignate them. Like, it's so stupid. Out of curiosity, no seeds available for that still. Okay. Put up a refuse stockpile next to it. There's a refuse stockpile right over here. We're gonna be fine. It's all gonna get moved later anyway. But, yeah, I don't think we're actually gonna be able to butcher that stuff. I don't want to capture a live animal. We're going to cancel that. We could. Don't ignore refuse from the outside. I don't know if that makes a difference. Oh, he's sleeping now. Well, we'll take a look. All right, so I think everyone's having a little quick nap. We're going to have to start up some beds and things later. Or really soon, actually. And really, what's going to happen in these areas here, they're going to become my little workshop areas. Dig them out. I'm going to do something like that. We'll put some initial workshops and some initial stockpiles. Probably the level below us, we'll just actually dig out entirely and have giant stockpiles in this level, but that'd set up too much work for now, so we're just going to leave them be. Yeah, we haven't set up a manager or anything yet. We can just go ahead and grab one. There are 7 red returns, an adequate organizer, so we'll do that. And bookkeeper. Wibbig Dog is an adequate record keeper, so we'll get both of those. Of course, they're not going to be able to do as much as we might hope without... Well, there's no bookkeeping at all until we set up a desk. The manager does technically work without an office early on. There we go. He's picking it up. I think setting the collecting refuse from outside, that's what was necessary to grab those dead bodies initially. If you do hunt, as soon as something dies, it will auto set up a butcher job if you have the butcher shop set up already. But I guess if you don't have it set up ahead of time, you're going to have to enable collecting refuse from outside, which is usually a bit of a pain. You don't actually want to go and clean up all over the world. But here's the other thing I can do, is set up our pasture before our grazing animals stupidly die for no reason whatsoever. Pen/pasture, set information, filter out non-grazing. So we've got a yak bull and a one-humped camel that can be assigned over there. Oh, why is everything changing color? Dense cotton grass. Oh, that's cool. That's actually exceptionally cool. So we're still butchering things over here. Excellent. We will need a food stockpile to put things in. I guess we probably have some idle dwarves. Well, not that many, but we can still, I'll set up a quick food stockpile just on this floor here, just to make sure that our food gets brought inside. There we go, and we'll reorganize that later on. Boom, boom, boom. Last thing we want is, what else we got here? Badgers! Uh-oh. It's a good thing we got a hunter. We're gonna have to turn that on very soon. Actually, I think I don't want the hunter to be the butcher. Turn hunting back on. Butchery over here. I mean, we can leave that on, but I'm going to put up another one. We're going to have Super Ride, who's our farmer. You're also going to be a butcher. Oh, we should set up a tannery as soon as possible as well. Workshop. Tannery is N? Yeah. Again, we'll stick this outside just for now, because then we can process any animal hides into leather, which is going to be very good. What are you carrying? Who is this? Nevog. Inventory. Oh, the giant snail corpse. Yeah, you are moving slow. I guess it's pretty heavy. Oh, you just moved into the graveyard. That's okay. We'll repeat that job until we've got nothing left. We did designate a lot of digging here. And I really have to just, like, only do one level at a time, but that's fine. Looks like... No, not quite. We're almost done digging out the first room. No, I can't quite tell the difference between, like, the walls and the floors. This art pack is going to be really nice, especially once things get smoothed out. But for now, it's kind of hard to tell the difference one to the other. Who is a dwarf that lost her arms to a badger? That was Miss Carsonell last time. She lost her arms quite early on, I felt. Maybe not that early. Everyone's busy, storing items, digging, hunting, tanning a hide. Good, good, good. We're going to have an early metal industry and early leather industry. This is going to be fantastic. Feeling really good about this. Oh, what's going on over here? We've got a badger and a pool of badger blood and a dog. The dog and the badgers are fighting? The dog is... Oh. The dog is passing out from exhaustion. But the boar is not really doing anything either. Or the badger boar. Is the hunter? Yeah, the hunter's going to go over there and start shooting at things. It's good. And cancels hunt, no ammunition, but is going to go get a little bit more. We might have to make a quick militia to go and help out over there, but for now we're seeming to be relatively okay. We should also do some animal training this time. The hunter, you're going to be an animal trainer. Yeah, we'll definitely get that going a little faster. Well, we didn't do it at all last time. Okay, looks like we've got room to start building our workshops. So I'll just kind of sort of build a little bit of everything over here. Carpenters, that's top priority. Oh, no, we're still blocked over there. So it's not completely cleared out yet. The forge is not a high priority, but we will want it, you know, soon-ish. Mason's workshop, good. And a craft dwarf workshop. There we go. Get those going. And yeah, we're still mining. Got a lot of miners. Do we have 4 people digging? No, just 3. Are clearing out some pretty large areas. Now the miners will get better and therefore they'll work faster, which will be good. How's the chat? How much of this mountain is lignite, you think? It's all lignite. Just someone's going to like spark something up at some point accidentally and the whole mountain is going to burst into flames. You just watch. All right, well, we've butchered a few more things. Looks like we didn't butcher the snail for some reason. We can't butcher it. I don't know. Yeah, it might have rotted. I think it was the first thing that was killed. I bet you that's what's gone. Oh, it's just a shell. This is just the shell. It's nice that we've got so many shell pieces, though, because you can use that for all sorts of artifacts and things like that. Yeah, that's very good. We have a lot of birds. We're going to have to, like, build some nest boxes and stuff, which is still something I don't think I've ever gotten the nest industry working properly. But we'll try it at some point. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, giant escargot. Snails is good eating. Badger brain, grasshopper fat, wolverine brain, badger meat. Oh, there we go. Giant grasshopper meat. Yeah, we did butcher it. We've got a lot of it, too. Holy cow. We are going to be totally fine on meat for quite some time. Our hunter, man, Zix is, like, amazing, killing all these, like, massive critters. I kept trying to say critters and creatures at the same time, and my brain couldn't pick one. You kind of have to make a decision there, brain. You get a bit more stuff. Workshop. We need a still as quickly as possible. Certainly. The farmer's workshop's not bad because we can render the fat. We'll put that down. And also, if we put down a fishery, some dwarves might start fishing if we turn that skill on. Mechanics workshop is going to be very important for some mechanisms for traps. Other than that, that might be good. We'll take another look soon enough. Some of these workshops probably don't have the skills assigned. We're going to check on that soon enough. Notch has become a miner. Fantastic. Everyone is busy. Fantastic. I mean, we're getting an idler for like a second or two, but then they quickly find something else to do. Yeah, no, Uncanny Tranny, I disagree. I don't think a jar where I put money in every time I hum someone I used to know is a good idea. Because part of the problem is I don't notice it. Are you going to make beer? Yeah, well, we're definitely going to start making booze soon. What kind of alcohol gets made is actually dependent on what gets used. So it'll be like plump helmet wine and things. You don't really have control over the actual booze. Should Notch be both a miner and a craft dwarf? I think he is, actually. I think he's a craft dwarf first, but he's been doing a lot of mining, so he picked up that title. So he'll be wearing a lot of hats. Giant dingo. All right, well, there's a lot of conflict going on. Oh, here's something we're gonna have to do is start making arrows relatively soon. Although I think we make that at the craft dwarf shop. Unless I'm wrong, and I'm never wrong. Beds are a good idea. Try to get them some bedrooms relatively soon. We're still digging things up. We don't really need stockpiles much yet, but you know what? We'll build a finished goods stockpile here. Again, this will be replaced when we dig out the rest of this floor. And a furniture one. Those are things you tend to need a fair amount of early on. And it'll help move some stuff out, especially as we start creating some goods. We might actually just do one mega monolithic stockpile on this floor, which is something I like to do. Like literally one giant stockpile that allows everything. And then we come up with some specialized stuff later on. The reason the big monolithic stockpiles don't work throughout the whole game is you can kind of like get the stockpile to just get filled with stuff you don't necessarily want it to be filled with. But then you can slowly deselect things from it, like deselect food and then just put food somewhere else, for example. Things like that all become a possibility. Oh, the expedition leader was fighting. Really? He's probably just running away from something. Ooh, you got scratched by a badger. Hopefully you're okay. Hopefully it doesn't get infected or anything. Oh, to start the game. Takes a while to get everything set up all the time. It rains a lot here. Oh my gosh. Alright, and now there's a bunch of like store items and stockpile jobs queued up because I did set things. Beds are coming though. That's pretty good. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put down, they're not gonna be proper bedrooms, but they will be beds. So dwarves can at least not get the debuff that they're sleeping on the floor. They're still going to complain that they slept without a proper bedroom, but they won't have to complain about sleeping on the floor. We don't have to set them up as a bedroom or anything like that. It's absolutely not required. I suppose I could explicitly make it into a dormitory. You know, acknowledge this is a public sleeping space. They're not going to like the noise because there's going to be a lot of digging and a lot of construction nearby. But again, it's a good temporary placeholder. Still some hunting and butchering and tanning going on. Tan a hide, good. We're going to have lots of leather. We can get some leather armor going soon for our hunter, because I assume Zix doesn't have it. Creature zoom. Yeah, he's just wearing cloth. Cloth everywhere. We're gonna have to make sure that, unlike last time, we don't let all our dwarves become naked. Draco Niquis J, thank you for subscribing. You have a very odd name that I can't quite parse, but, you know, I appreciate the subscription nonetheless. Alright, almost done constructing all these hallways. So build workshop. So we don't have the clothiers yet, that's fine. A bowyer's workshop is only important for making bows. Although we might want a few more, so it doesn't hurt to get it down a little bit early. Get down! Sandstone. And we really could, like, we could start, we could really start a metal industry early. The forge, and maybe like a wood burning furnace to get started. Like, you get that first piece of coal, and then you can use that to turn the lignite into coke. And then you're laughing. Let's go in those 3-tile bedrooms this time, you monster. People don't like my, like, linear little bedrooms. What are you, some sort of, like, wimpy elf? You need some sort of comfortable space for your bedrooms? I mean, I suppose we can make fancier bedrooms. Now let me just drop a few more beds down here. We'll see. I thought we were dwarves here. What do we need luxury for? Dun, dun, dun. More rain. Do we have anyone with the fishing job turned on? I mean, we don't. It would be a distract now. That'd be no good. I wouldn't want any dwarves to start fishing. We've got too many other jobs to do. We're still constructing things. Beds, buildings, all kinds of jazz. Very nice. Leatherworks. Mason's workshop is done. So we could set up, say, a handful of doors. Because we're going to want some at some point. So get started on that. Actually, hold on. Cancel. We're going to start off 2 tables, 2 thrones. And then we'll properly have our manager and our bookkeeper running. And then I can just start using the manager tool for that, which is going to be way, way, way more convenient. We'll also have to set up some workflow profiles later on, so it keeps an automatic stack, a stock of different goods, which can save a heck of a lot of effort. And I try to use it earlier rather than later. Just makes just all the micromanagement so much easier. I don't think we have a leather worker, which is fine. We don't really need a leather worker yet. Carpenter's workshop, that's good. Craft dwarf workshop. We are going to make some wooden bolts. Repeat. What is it? What is this interface that's... I don't know what that's from. And then... Oh, does the workflow hotkeys not set up? It could be that we don't have workflow yet. Script requires a workshop job selected in the... Yeah, what is this complaining about? Is it not Control W? There we go. Now the plugin is enabled. I don't think the hotkeys are set. But we don't actually want to protect this job necessarily. Dwarf Fortress. Workflow. Key. I guess I can do command line stuff. That's fine. I can work command line. Workflow count bolt. Oh, like ammo, item, ammo, bolts, slash wood, comma, bone. weird way of doing this. We want 200 with a gap of 50 allowed. I see. All right, well, that'll work. Till we figured a thing out. I missed a subscription. I'm very sorry. Alt W? No. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. All right, Alt W it is. I'm sure it was Control W, but apparently not. Dram Rabbit is asking if DF 2014 is out finally. Yeah, it's been out for about a month or so. But a lot of people like myself were mostly waiting until a lot of the early patches. Whenever there's a new major version that comes out, there's a lot of patches that come out over the next few weeks. So kind of waiting for some of that to stabilize, and also for all the third-party tools like Workflow to sort of stabilize. At some point, I'm going to have to make some videos, basic tutorials on, well, Dwarf Fortress in general, but also on tools like Workflow and whatnot. One day, you know, my extra time here. One day we'll get all that done. So we'll start to get some bolts going again. And the other thing we'll do is we'll add an early job for rock mugs. That's what I like to do. Mug it up, baby. Add limit. Goblets of any material, really. Doesn't matter. And we're going to change the range. We want between 100 and 200 goblets at any time. We're going to mostly trade that. Our carpenter's workshop, we are going to make wooden bins. Bins. We'll set a repeat job on there. And we want a add limit. Bins. So these are spare bins of any material. We want, we don't even need that many. We just need to make sure that there's like 2 to 6 empty bins at any given time. It will not count bins that are in use. So we'll always have a handful of spare bins kicking around, which is going to be super duper 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 useful. Beds, we can do the same thing. Love this tool. Bed of any material. The wood is really the only thing that there is. Keep between 5 to 10 of them. That's fine. Even that's overkill, but that's okay. Can't have too much overkill. Set a repeat job on the throne. And again, we'll make sure we keep a few extra chairs kicking around. And we'll add a task for tables. Repeat. Same thing. Add limit. There we go. Keep a few extra tables around as well. Build table. We're just going to set up a little office. Actually, I'm going to set them up over here for now. Planning mode on. Chairs. Chairs. Table. Planning mode on. Boom. Makes laying this stuff out very quickly. Did I actually set that one? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Build table. Planning mode. There. Okay. So once the tables and chairs get produced, they will go and do that. And we'll set up some offices very quickly. Stock level is low. Wood, bone, bolt. Build the spiral fortress. That sounds hard, man. Come on, Darple. How am I going to do that? It's funny. Every time I look over at the chat, there's someone asking, like, what version is this? What tile set is this? What this and this? And it's like, we got the macro going in Moobot. Thank you, Essentia. I assume it's Essentia. That's got, like, the macro going, like, every 3 seconds, basically. Letting people know what it is. And we still get the questions. But that's because people keep joining. Hello, everyone. Yes, it is Dwarf. Oh! How long have I been recording that macro? Now I see what people are saying. Wow, I do not want to replay that accidentally, so I'm going to quickly record a macro and then stop it again. Alright, I think all our digging is done. Lots of no jobs going around, which is good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to dig out this whole floor over here. Like so. And we're going to use this as our giant stockpile level. And then we'll have to figure out what we want our bedrooms and such to look like. Which I can do. Let's say we grab from the top right corner over here. And dig down several levels. And then load my level thing. grab the dig tool, and play it from here. Let's make this a bedroom level. What I'm going to do is actually undesignate this area right here. So we won't actually dig it out ahead of time, but we got to give it some think. Because apparently some people, or probably secretly elves, don't want my little line bedrooms anymore. Right? Because usually what I do is I do this. And then we put a door here. And then that's enough room for a cabinet, a chest, and a bed. But people are always complaining. So we can do 2x3 bedrooms. Quite a bit more space. Such wimps. Spiffy Cup, thank you for subscribing. Apparently approves of my bedroom giving in this. Play. There we go. There we go. That works, right? And what I'll do is dig out another tunnel like this. Then play. Hopefully this works out. Space-wise, it may or may not. It probably won't. And then we won't get symmetry. Oh! Nope. Alright, here's what we do. What do we do? Guys, what do we do? Freaking out here. I could... Whoops. Not do that. Oops. Oh, well, I guess things would have to go on the opposite side anyway. Ah, hang on. Ah, that's not right. Cancel macro. Start macro again. Cancel, play. Presumably this would fit. There might be a slightly, off gap in between, but that's okay. Yeah, there, that'll work. Yeah. Two rows of bedrooms facing one way, and the other one's facing the other way. Put one wide wall between the rooms. I think something like this would work. Part of me wants to alternate the doorways, or what are we gonna do? Should these have the door on the opposite side? Or should both these on the right-hand hallway have the doors on the other side? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got two possibilities. Either I could do this sort of like S shape and have the same thing going on both, or we could have it so that this entire right hallway has bedrooms that go this way instead. Or we could do these facing things. I don't like the facing things. Alternate the doorways. I think that's mostly what people want. So if we cancel this, dig that back in. That might be best. And then here, I'll do it the other way. So it'll be a perfect mirror of one another. Right? I think that works. And then what I'm going to do, oops, is knock that out like this so that these don't get dug out yet. And same thing here. I'm going to do this and this. And actually, I will go ahead and reconnect. Like that. So I will let the dwarves dig down and start digging that out. Symmetrical buildings are easier to get lost in. Symmetry-gasm. Black hole eye says. All right, beautiful. They look like vines. Yeah, they look like old school, like Donkey Kong Jr. Those type of vines that you would climb or something like that. And then we'll have to have some pretty bedrooms for the elites later, the aristocrats. But it'll be good. Early bedrooms, or earlier than I usually do. Early metal industry, early leather industry will be very, very nice. Good. Facing things hype. Kubi wood matchstick bedrooms. Yeah. Well, we were outvoted for the matchstick bedrooms. Let me set up a hotkey for my bedroom floor. So with that, and then what I'll do is the level below it will have the big dining room. Which, this should be the exact middle. The big dining room is where we'll use our circle. What was it? Dig circle. Build 15. Bam. We'll do something like that. It'll be fancy as heck. Load, level, play. There we are. And we'll put doors in there. It actually won't be a huge dining room, but I usually make my dining room way, way bigger than it needs to be. And what I'll do in the middle is I will leave a pillar, which I like to do. There. And what I'm going to do, do I want to allow the dwarves to dig this out yet? Not yet. I'm going to disable these stairs here. Okay. Mostly I need them to finish the stockpile level first. Why are people talking about Chinese food? Symmetry and Chinese food. Are we crushing traders at the gates this time around? I don't know. We could murderify some more elves. It's definitely a possibility. We could also just seize their goods. That's the thing. We don't actually have to kill them necessarily. The first time we can just be like, I seize your stuff. Yoink. This is mine now. And then they won't do anything about it. They'll just accept it. Dun dun dun. This is all sandstone. Which is not the same as actual soil. Yeah. What's the walls like over here? More kaolinite, more sandstone. Yeah, we may have to do some water tricks to get our farming operation going. Which does have to happen relatively soon. How are there no seeds? Like, we were picking things. Surely some of these things are seeds we can plant, no? Blackberries, for example? I'm confused. Dwarves are famous for their crush diplomacy. That's right, it hurts when I PvP. Let's build a big gate. The thing is, it's tricky to smash the guards without smashing the goods. Which is why I think we might just seize their stuff the first couple of times. Just tick off the elves. No trading with elves, only stealing their things. Humans too, probably. It's just dwarves that we are legit with. And that should promise, or it should guarantee a lot of fun early on if we follow that theory. Started raining. Oh, barrels. That's the other thing I need to queue up. At the carpenter's workshop. V for barrels, repeat, Alt W, add limit, barrels of any material. 5 to 10. Just always make sure there's a few empty barrels kicking about. Migrants already? Fantastic! Alright, this is probably going to be a good place for me to take a quick break while I wait for Twitch to send me the latest subscriber list, which I will use for, well, I will add to the random list. So if you're a subscriber, you might become one of these migrants. So email me that. And then how many migrants did we get? 3 dwarfs. Only 5 of them. All right, that's not too many, but I will take a short break. And one more subscription. I'll have to resend the list. And then when we get back, we'll give them a quick naming and we will keep digging. Hopefully they come with useful skills. See ya very soon. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. Did you know I read every single comment someone leaves on my video? That's insane. Why would I do that? I don't know, but I'll read yours.